Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here. Just wanted to do a little video about a care package I got from our friend Kat, all the way from the London office for Square Enix. Kat, thank you for sending this neat little Final Fantasy 15 care package over. We're going to go over just a few things that she sent us here today. By the way, apologies, I'm not actually trying to use the green screen. The lighting's all... I didn't feel like setting up my lighting. Alright, I just wanted to go live with the video. It's late. So the first thing that she sent us are actually, it's actually three things, but they're all just different variants of the same thing. Moogle Munch popcorn. Let's see, what do we have? Are these all the same flavor? Let's see. Chili and lemon flavored popcorn. It says, not for sale, for promotional purposes only. Here, there you go. Let's show the front of the bag right there. Alright, and then on the back it has a description of Final Fantasy 15 and Moogles. Let's see. Crown Prince Noctis embarks on a quest to reclaim his homeland in this ultimate adventure. Take the wheel alongside a colorful cast of characters on a road trip across the immersive and expansive world of Eos. A parting gift along your travels, this Moogle is more than a companion, he is a trusted friend in battle. He's also popcorn, apparently. Longtime fans and fresh forces alike get ready to experience a brand new kind of fantasy. So let's see. It says popcorn with chili and lemon coating. Typical values per 30 grams. Energy. Oh, these are all values that I'm not going to understand. Okay, energy anyway. It's 155.4 kcals, 8.8 grams of fat, 0.6 grams of saturated fat, 15.6 carbs, 0.8 grams, which are sugars, fiber 2.9 grams, protein 2.5 grams, and sodium 0.05 grams as salt. 0.14. How is there? That's real. So the sodium intake is smaller than the subcategory of as salt. That's an interesting. So in a cool, dry place once opened in an airtight container. Here, there's the back of the bag. For anyone wondering what it looks like, it's pretty plain. What do you say we try some? Does this have an expiration date anywhere? I don't want to die from eating this. I don't think she would send me something that would kill me, but you know what? I'm just let's just go in for it. Let's see. We only have one flavor here, so there we go. Here. Oh wow, these are some fat popcorns. Look at that. Okay, so chili and lemon is a really weird combination, specifically on popcorn. Hey, I don't know if I like it or not. Here, I gotta eat another one. Like, it starts off very lemony, more lemony than chili, and then as you bite into it, the chili's there, but it's not really so spicy that it hits your mouth. Phrasing. It's not bad. I got 3 bags of it to get through, so if I better learn to enjoy it, or I better make up my mind whether or not I enjoy it or not. Alright, and the other gift that our friend Kat sent us is actually this book. Now, it just says Final Fantasy 15 on the cover, but what it actually is, it's a bunch of behind-the-scene details, the making of Final Fantasy 15. There's some lore details about different areas and enemies of the game, what they went through to create some of the characters and music, the people who they modeled the characters after. Interesting details like that. One very interesting detail about this specific copy of the book, though, is the signature that is on the inside page. That is indeed Tabata's signature, TBT. He gave this on apparently November 22nd, 2016 in London, which would make sense because that's where Kat sent this from. It's really cool to have something with his signature in there. I met Tabata, but I didn't ask him for his signature. We just took a picture instead. So it's really cool to have something like that. Thank you so much, Kat. I wish he had signed it Tabby, though. Like TBT, Tabata, but like Tabby. He told us to call him Tabby. And it would just be cool if he could sign it Tabby as well. You know what? I'm going to find Tabata, and I'm going to also make him sign it as Tabby. I wonder how he would receive that. Like, hey, Tabby. And he's going to be like, huh? Can you sign this as Tabby instead of Tabata? And he's going to be like, I don't know. Maybe he could just write it in all capital letters like it is here. T-A-B-B-Y. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about in this book, there's a specific entry in this book that I want to talk about, but it's a little bit spoilerific. If you've read the title of the video, you already know what it's kind of talking about, but I want to go into more detail about that specific section. So if you haven't played through the game yet, this is going to have some spoilerific stuff in it. So that's just your warning right here. So at the very end of the book, the very final, I guess the second to last set of pages in the book, pages 96 and 97, are about downloadable content for Final Fantasy 15. Now we already have a fair chunk of information, a bit of general information about Final Fantasy 15's DLC. We know that there's going to be 3 main episodes about Noctis' companions, Gladio, which will come first, Ignis, then Prompto, which will be last. We know that after all of those release, there's going to be a DLC called Companions, which is an online co-op, which allows you to play as the 4 main characters. They've also recently announced that they would like to start adding maybe the ability to make original characters or even use other characters like Corleones or Aranea in the online multiplayer. This, however, is the first bit of details that I've actually seen regarding the plot of any of the DLCs. So I'm actually just going to straight up read you a section of this book. Brand new regions and locations. Final Fantasy 15 DLC even has an overarching... I'm sorry for those of you who actually know how to pronounce this. Raison d'etre. That's not right. It's okay, I know it's not right. As a producer, Hariyoshi Sawatari explains, we are continuing to develop DLC under the slogan of things that have value to the user and things that they'd be happy to get their hands on. So we plan on releasing a variety of content. And included in that is a set of episodes based on Noctis's Companions, which opens the door to a lot of original locations for the players. Let's see. For example, in episode Gladio, you're able to go into areas that cannot be entered in the main game. In this, the player confronts an enemy called Gilgamesh, who can only be seen in episode Gladio, showing us why Gladio has to fight it. In this sense, the content that is currently being planned is all content that brings the Final Fantasy 15 world closer to the player in greater depth, as well as expanding the overall Final Fantasy 15 playing experience, enthuses Sawatari. So when I was playing through Final Fantasy 15, I wondered, man, where is Gilgamesh? How could they not include Gilgamesh? Apparently they did. Those of you who have already reached that part of the story, and I already did spoiler warning, so I'm not holding back right here. Apparently those of you who have reached the story, you know that Gladio disappears and gets a scar across the middle of his chest. Well, we know who gave him that scar now. It was apparently Gilgamesh. Now, I actually did some research online after reading this and found some concept art of episode Gladio. One thing that I noticed is that this picture in particular right here shows Gladio facing off against what looks like a reskin of an Iron Giant. Now, I'm hoping that that Iron Giant is not the representation of Gilgamesh and is just an enemy that he finds wherever it is that he's exploring. I'm really hoping that they do Gilgamesh some justice in Final Fantasy 15, and I will be very, very upset if that Iron Giant actually ends up being Gilgamesh right there. It's a cool-looking Iron Giant, but that's no Gilgamesh. Please. But anyway, it was really cool to get to read that. I'm really excited to see where the free and paid DLC goes. We know that the free DLC, they're going to be releasing it fairly regularly for the next half a year, and that the paid DLC we can expect somewhere along the lines of the next year or so. We don't know exactly when all of it's going to be coming just yet. But anyway, thank you again, Kat, for this, for the popcorn, which now that I've opened, I really do have to eat. I'll probably eat one of the bags tonight, actually. But then I gotta make sure I keep a bag, too. Like, I can't throw all these bags. You know what? I'm just not even going to eat one of these bags. I'm just going to leave it, that popcorn. 20 years from now, someone will open it and be like, that was a mistake, and they're going to regret that. It's like finding Crystal Pepsi 20 years later. Nobody wants to do that. You just want to hold on to it as, like, you know, as a collector's thing, and I'm very grateful to have gotten these things. Thank you so much again, Kat, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that little reading about the DLC from the making of book. If there's any lore details in here that I find that are interesting, I'll be sure to throw a video up about those as well. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for all the latest Final Fantasy 15 news, information, guides, etc., etc. Anyway, thank you again for watching, and until next time, take care.